Guys, here we have a 1994 NSX-R Honda. Very important you know it's Honda because everybody thinks it's an Acura. It's not an Acura, this is a Honda. This car was introduced in 1992 and exclusively made for the Japanese market. There was only 483 of these vehicles made, and this one here is number 168. Many of you always ask me, what is my favorite car? Not that this is my favorite car, but I graduated in 1992. This car, back in my time, was like having a Bugatti. This was that car. Now let me give you details. What makes this car so special? And when you say NSX-R, the R is there for a reason. It stands for racing. Why they call it Championship White? Honda won the first Grand Prix race in Mexico. The car that won that race was the same color white you're seeing here. And because they won that race, that's why they call it Championship White. Not a lot of trunk space. Of course, it's a sports car. But I wanted to show you this. Still, the tool set, not even open. Original wrappers. This is amazing. This right here, electrical cable showing. You will never, ever see that when I do a car here. But can't mess with the Japanese, they did a good job. These cars also came with an option of 15 and 16-inch staggered wheels, and this one in particular actually has the larger option. Easy access for the engine bay. You know what's funny? They even give you a little stopper to hold it up. Not that I'm gonna really work on the engine, but makes it a lot easier. And you can actually see everything. Not like these cars nowadays. I don't even know what half of this thing is called, but hey, you know what? It's nice. The engine in this car is the 290 horsepower, 3-liter V6. Also is one of the first cars to use Honda's VTEC technology. This is crazy, guys. These are actual pink markings to show that these bolts were put like that original and still have not been touched. And to access the battery in this car, you have to remove the spare tire. Thank God, it's that small. You don't see them that small anymore. Let me show you the proper way for an old man like me to get inside of a right side steering wheel car. First, your butt goes in the seat. I had a little bit of trouble. Left leg must go below the steering wheel. In, right leg, when you're old like me, you help yourself pull it up. Carefully bring it inside. And then you have, it's still electric, your little button, and I'm ready to drive. It was actually harder to get inside this car than a Lamborghini. We still have the factory wrapper. Should I take it off? Could you imagine if I took it off? This guy will have a heart attack. It'll probably lose like $100,000 in value. You can imagine what I'm gonna tell you this baby costs. Here you have the full door panel in suede. It's all suede, by the way. It's a lot of suede. Can do a couple pair of shoes with those. The full dashboard is also all suede. Even in the bottom we got suede. And I love these old style rugs. They don't make them like this anymore. Love it. And anybody who sees this red button, you would think it's like a booster, like you press it and the car takes off, but it's actually the hazards. I like that. That's when you pass somebody and you want to tell them I passed you, you click right here, and it feels like a booster, but it's actually the hazards. Back in the 90s, McLaren Honda was dominating in Formula One. The shift knob you see here is very similar to the actual ones they used in their race cars. And it's made out of real titanium. Wonder, in Miami, it's gonna get kind of hot. We should probably put leather on it. Not. Even though it looks like this is an adapter that you would buy in my times, and these are the steering wheels you would buy in an auto parts, it's actually a real Momo steering wheel that is actually part of this car, how it's manufactured. Something today's generation is not used to, we actually have a cassette player on this car. Back then, radio stations, you only had like 6, 7 choices you can store. No, 8 choices you can store. Everything is with buttons, not like today's world that we press things. And the coolest thing, cigarette ashtray and lighter. The funny thing is, I guarantee you, nobody's smoking in this car. But it's there and it keeps it original. And these Recaro seats, also something that in my time you would buy and actually put it in your cars, is actually factory. And they are carbon Kevlar, an original upholstery on it. I don't think somebody's sit here yet. So enough talking about everything in this car. I want to take it for a spin. Believe it or not, in the years I've been in the car business, this will be the first time that I ever drive a right-handed steering car. And to top it off is stick shift. So it's gonna require a lot of thinking, but I'm gonna enjoy it. It's time to take this car for a ride. Now this sound right here, guys, to me, takes me back. That's the original Honda Beep. Now let's start this baby. And when you start this car, by the way, you feel a little bit of a vibration. That in today's world, if you're driving a car, one of the newer model cars, and you feel this, something's wrong. But this, that lets you know it's ready. So it says it goes 175 miles per hour. We're about to find out. Somebody's not gonna like me for doing this. Whoa! So now you've gotten to see this NSX with me, drove it with me, and it goes to show you, not every car can be touched by Alex Vega. And this one here, definitely. We're not even putting pinstripes. I know many of you are wondering whose car this is. Is it mine? Is it somebody else's? First, let me rate it. After everything I've done, I'm gonna rate it a 9. And why a 9 and not a 10? I'll tell you why. If you wanna own this baby, you can buy it. Just message me directly for $999.99. That's my 9, baby. Please follow us. Make sure to subscribe for more videos of customizations. And you never know, I might find another car I love and just do a whole story on it. Click and subscribe.